Today we are getting a first look at the all-new Lexus TZ. This is essentially the electric version of the Lexus TX. A little bit longer of a wheelbase, a little bit smaller in dimensions, just because it's more aerodynamic. It has a 0.27 drag coefficient. It's rated at about 400 horsepower. We don't have final numbers just yet, but the goal here is 300 miles of range from a 96 kilowatt hour battery pack. And there is also going to be a smaller pack available, a 77 kilowatt hour pack. No idea on pricing yet, but we can kind of safely assume $60,000 to $80,000, I would say. And we've got a very nice, luxurious looking interior. Lexus recently has kind of been dropping the ball a little bit, slipping a little bit in interior quality, at least in my opinion. I think this kind of brings them back to where they need to be in terms of materials, design. This looks really, really nice. We have this, what looks like forged carbon. It's forged bamboo. We've got some really nice suede Alcantara. The steering wheel is not leather. It's kind of a rubberized vinyl, but it feels really neat. And then Lexus has done away with the silly kind of imaginary controls on the steering wheel that correspond with the head-up display. These are real physical steering wheel buttons, which I appreciate, and some different looking switchgear here. This is an early pre-production prototype, so ignore all the malfunction icons on the gauge cluster. We have a very similar infotainment system here to what we've seen in the new RAV4. So a nice, quick to respond infotainment system. We've got a bunch of ambient lighting colors. You can choose different themes, lots of different settings. Overall, a nice system to use. You've got some constant icons down here for your heated steering wheel, your ventilated seats. You can see temperature here is in Celsius. Underneath the screen, you've actually got some physical buttons. Even though they look like haptic controls taken from a Nissan Ariya, they are actually buttons. They press in. So you've got a quick access view for your camera, which is nice. It looks like it's not working right now. That's okay. We've got rear defrost and parking buttons, as well as temperature changes and a front defrost. Lots of USB ports down here, and then you can control your vents with a physical switch, which is great. You don't have to go into infotainment for any of that nonsense. You've got a menu here that shows you some charging schedules, optimization, stuff like that. The in-car navigation will correspond and help you plan routes with your EV driving, your battery percentage, etc. Of course, you can always just use an app within CarPlay or Android Auto for that. You have a nice configurable home screen that you can move things around. See a bunch of different options here, customization, etc. And then a digital gauge cluster that shows us mostly the same things that we've seen in other Toyota products, though it seems a little bit brighter, higher res, and just a little bit nicer to look at. Turn signal stocks, everything feels very nice, very high quality, very svelte in this interior. We've got this door handle that if you pull it out 2 times, that's your physical door handle switch, or you've got your electronic door handle switch right there. All right, let's walk around the exterior. This Lexus TZ is painted in shaded ivy green, which is a very cool looking color. Door handles are looking very BMW iX. Now this is a European model, so the US spec TZ 450E will have a charge port on the passenger side, and that is a NACS port, so that'll be designed to use with Tesla charging stations, so you can just pull in, plug in, you're not taking up 2 spots, which is nice. On this TZ, we have a set of massive 22-inch wheels, 255/45 R22s. This will also have the optional 20-inch wheels. I'm sure you'll get a bit more range from those too, which will be nice. Some really different design here for Lexus. This is a little bit lower, wider, sleeker looking of an SUV for them. It needs to be aerodynamic. Again, that 0.27 drag coefficient coming into play here. Tailgate lifting up pretty quickly. About the same amount of room behind this third row as we see in a lot of other Lexus 3-row products, but some more space underneath for some storage. This is only a 6-passenger SUV, so not a 7-seater configuration. The third row room actually looks pretty good. Let's hop back there and see what it feels like in person. We've got rear window shades for the second row. Some more really nice design elements back here. That forged bamboo material. Got a button sequence here to fold forward. The second row captain's chairs. Let's just get on this side. So it's a little bit cramped, a little bit tight back here, but this center pass-through allows you a bit of room to stretch out your legs. This is removable. We've got some backrest adjustment here, heated rear seats, a USB-C port, tiny little window to peek through, and a massive panoramic sunroof. Look at these vents. That's nice to see. Lexus's goal with this TZ is to make it as quiet as possible. They're actually calling this their quietest SUV ever. So excited to see how it performs in the real world. We'll slide the seat back here. We get a chance to drive it. This will be released later in 2026. So I imagine we'll probably be able to drive it sometime in the late summer to fall. You can see we've got lounge chairs back here on both sides. So both rear passengers, as well as the front passenger has a lounge seating option. Pretty cool. Rear climate controls. You've got a removable panel right here for the center area. Of course, the glove box is nice and big. You can open it from both sides. Nice looking interior. I think, you know, maybe in a lighter color, this would feel a little bit more open and spacious and exciting, but the ambient lighting adds a bit of color into the mix. Ingress and egress is super easy. Roof height isn't as high as I was expecting, but I still have pretty decent headroom in the second and third rows. There's a pretty big bump out with the sunroof, and it actually doesn't really look like it impedes that much up on interior space. They've designed this so that it really doesn't impede that much on headroom. And the third row has its own little bump out, which is about 2 or 3 inches higher than this piece right here. There's no front trunk on this TZ. This is designated as a TZ550. In the US, we'll be getting the TZ450E. This POV camera isn't the best representation of a car's proportion just because of the distortion with the lens, but there's some really striking elements here with the back rear 3/4. We've got these big, wide kind of box flares coming out that I think just look really sharp on this. This is an interesting design language for Lexus. We're also out here driving the new ES, and we've seen that has a lot of design language going on too. There's a lot of new stuff. You can see Lexus's spindle grille, a little bit of similarity here to the front of the GX. Headlights look pretty cool. One thing I'm not seeing is a button or anything to open up the charge port from inside the vehicle, which is a little bit strange. This will fast charge at 150 kilowatts, so 10 to 80% in about, I assume, 35 minutes or so. The TZ will also have rear wheel steering up to 4 degrees for a little bit better agility at low speeds and better stability at higher speeds. It's nice to see Lexus implementing some of those features from a lot of European manufacturers. I mean, speaking of which, this looks very European in design. It's a sharp looking SUV. Let's hop inside, poke around the front seat just a little bit more. You get your 3 seat memory settings right here. I like the use of physical controls in this interior. I think there are enough. It's nice to see Lexus backpedaling a little bit from the TX, where everything was in the screen and these buttons were just so annoying to live with. This seems like it'll actually be a really nice steering wheel button configuration. Everything is well separated and it's pretty far in, so you're not going to be accidentally pressing stuff if you're turning the wheel. The displays also seem to be a little bit brighter than what we've seen before from Toyota and Lexus, which is a good change. We get paddle shifters behind the wheel. I assume these control levels of regen, 2 wireless charging pads, an HDMI port, and pretty minimal reflective surfaces. This is kind of an interesting element right here. Curious to see what this all looks like at night. Oh, and even the passenger seat has 3 seat memory settings. That's pretty cool. Get a huge glove box. I think nice packaging for a 3-row SUV. Maybe not as spacious in that back 3rd row as something like the Ioniq 9, but it is a usable space. Latch attachments are all easy to access in the 2nd and 3rd rows, and with the way these seats fold forward, yes, you're not going to be able to fold them forward with a car seat in them, but you're also not going to crush anyone sitting in a car seat accidentally by pressing a button and have everything automatically move forward. So it's not going to move forward unless if the backrest can fold, which is a good safety feature that Lexus thought about. These front seats are kind of a cool design. I assume to allow for some more legroom. They're very thin, but they're still super comfortable. Again, all the materials in here feel really, really high quality, really nice for Lexus It's very interesting to see Lexus and Toyota this year to come out with a huge selection of EVs. So they're coming out strong. It's nice to see them finally enter the marketplace. We'll see what pricing works out to be with this and how it drives later this year. That's going to be it for now. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video.